good, YouTube? I'm Nova,
And I'm Quasar,
and we're the Chronomaly Kings. Alright, for this video, we're going to be discussing how to make a good trade in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, so basically, a lot of trading goes on between, like, two cards of similar value. And that's mostly what people are looking for, but I also see in some cases where people who aren't as experienced are getting ripped off because they don't know the value of their cards. So they'd be trading their secrets for like a common, even though like, okay, yeah, they don't need this secret, they need the common for their deck. Okay, the trade happens, and yeah, it's okay because they each get cards that they want, but the person is losing out on a whole bunch of money because like that secret wear was like $12 versus a common 10 cents.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, if you're gonna make a trade, you should always like, if you're gonna take your stuff that you don't need to trade, you should always just at least look up the prices of them. Even if you don't care about what you're gonna get, as long as you get something you need, at least look at the value, because you might be able to get, like, if that secret was $12 and you needed some other stuff,
you could get like $12 worth of cards. Like even like all these commons that you'd need. Maybe you could just get like a deck core or something
for the trade,
for like that one card, right?
Yeah.
And that way it kind of like balances out. We also recommend like people who are starting, try putting together like a trade binder. Showcase some of like the best cards that you have like towards the front pages,
and then move to the less stuff.
Yeah, so you want to just be looking into the value of certain cards.
Yeah,
and then just
it's always good too if you have a binder and you have your cards in it to like look up the value of each card and then just write it down on a piece of paper and put it behind the card.
Yeah.
That way, if you pull the card out, you'll see the value of the card. That way, this guy's like, well, you want this, but I want that, and then you can pull it out and be like, okay, well, the values are different.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, the thing is, because if you go to like an event or something, or your locals, and the guy's got a card, you probably should want to also look, if you're looking for a certain deck to build, you should look at all the cards and maybe write down the values of each of the cards. That way you know exactly how much it's going to be, because you don't want to go there and then you know the value of your cards, but you don't know the value of the card you want.
Yeah, that's right.
That way you can get the best like
trade value,
because you don't want to trade a $12 card for like $1, because then you just lost out on like $11.
Yeah.
When if the guy had more stuff, you could have gotten the rest of the stuff you needed, right? I think that's about it. Like,
yeah,
when it comes to trading, you just really want to like, you don't want to lose out on your trade, or you don't want to give something up for like.
Yeah, you kind of just want to keep it as balanced as possible. Like, yeah, I know, card for card, if each other person needs that card, yeah, I guess it's good because you end up with the card you need. But you also want to just make sure you're not losing out on money as well.
Yeah. Also, I had a thought, not forget. My bad. It's just something like even for beginners just coming into the game, you definitely don't want to lose out, or like you don't, at least if like know what you're selling, or know what you're trading, because
know what the value is of your cards, know what the value is of the cards you're looking for, and just set up a binder and just be open to trading for something of similar value. Like, it doesn't always have to be even. Like, if it's a $12 card for $11 card, okay. Like,
it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Even like a $9 card for like a $12 card. It's all the same. Like, the card's value, like at that close, the card's value can go up and down.
Yeah, cards also always fluctuate in
like
price.
Commons don't usually go up and down unless you're like Vanny's Emptiness, when that was really big.
Yeah.
Like, that was the only time. Most commons are usually between $1 to like, I think at most at like maybe $5 if it's expensive.
Yeah.
Whereas most like ultras, secrets, even some supers can go up and down depending on like what it does, like how it does in the meta. Like, if you look at Dante when Burning Abyss was huge, that was like a $50 card. If you look at it now, it's like a $22 card. You definitely want to know like you don't want to trade. Like it's okay to trade your Dante for like another $20 card because then you're getting
it's
the value.
basically the same value.
It's value, but you want to know also, is Dante going to go up in price?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you at the time, if it's fine, like yeah, it's totally fine, right? But you also want to look to the future. Is Dante going to lose value or going to go up in value?
Yeah, that's another thing too, right? Like if you know a card is gonna eventually go up, you might want to get that card before it goes up.
Or like if it's really expensive and it drops down, like something happens with the ban list and it gets hit or something.
Yeah,
and it drops
get rid
down
of that card and then get the money for what it's worth, and then after it gets hit, all the card value depreciates, but you still get the most value out of what that card was worth. And then with that money, you can always just get the card back for that cheaper price. Right?
Yeah, then you actually made some money, got the card. And then if it comes off the ban list and it goes back to that original value, you just make more money if you sell a card then.
Yeah.
Because then you'll profit more.
So that's always an option too. If you're looking into like vending, you can just try and find out, okay, these cards are going to go up in price, these cards are going to go down in price. So basically just pick up cards that are going up and then just make money off of them, and then sell all the ones that are about to go down, but before they actually do go down.
Yeah. That's about it. That's like the biggest tip for anyone who's looking, like if you're looking for competitive selling,
yeah,
you want to definitely stay up with the meta.
As much money as you can out of like everything.
Definitely want to stay up with the meta, because like most of the stuff that's used meta is the stuff that's going to be expensive at the time, and then when it gets hit, you want to sell all the stuff right before it gets hit.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can make the most money, and then if you want to build the deck again after it's hit, everything's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Pepe, all the players that dropped $1,000 on that, and then it gets
hit. And then
hit.
the adjusted list just comes out, and
they're
all crying.
They lost so much money. Because those decks dropped in value like at least half, if not more. So, anyway, guys, that's it. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.